Hey y'all. Um, I know y'all are probably wondering, why am I seeing your face on a Monday? Well, I decided to come on here and have a transparent moment with you guys. Something has been weighing heavy on my spirit for the last few days. It actually happened about a week or two ago, but it started weighing heavy on me these past 2 days, and besides going into prayer, the next best thing I knew was to jump on this camera um, and talk about it because y'all are my family, and I do still want to have these moments with you guys. And it was just in my spirit to get on this camera today. Well, and in advance, I want to let y'all know, as you can see, this is, well, of course, people on, YouTube or Pandora and all the podcast platforms cannot see, but um people on YouTube can see that my background is different because you can really tell that this was not hers, this was not something that was planned. I just wanted to jump on this camera and talk to y'all for a second. No, it won't be an hour, so don't worry. You'll be able to go back to your husbands, your wives, your kids, your food, whatever you got to do. But I just wanted to come on here for a second and just vent to y'all and be real with y'all, have a transparent moment. So I apologize in advance if you hear any kids in the background, the dog barking. I apologize in advance because this was not planned. I just wanted to jump on this camera. Well, this young lady that follows my Instagram ministry page for Sipping Tea with God sent me a message, a DM, and she asked me a question. And the question that she asked me was really, really difficult for me to answer at the time. The question that she asked me was, how do you stay so encouraged in your faith? And if I can be honest with y'all, it took me about an hour and a half to give her the answer. And the reason why it took me an hour and a half to give her the answer is because I didn't have it. I did not have the answer to how do I stay encouraged in my faith, because sometimes I'm not encouraged. Sometimes I'm not encouraged to get up and encourage others. Sometimes I don't feel motivated. Sometimes I just want to stay in my bed and cry. Stay in my bed and just let my mind wander. And I did not have the answer for her. So the best answer that I can give her, and I'm still not really sure about that one, was that I hold on to the promises that God has for me and that He's shown me and told me. And sometimes that's hard. Sometimes it's hard to hold on to the unseen when you are actually going through the moment of the what ifs and the hows and whys. And some days I don't even feel like getting on this camera, but I have no choice. I have to get up and I have to keep going. I have to keep moving because God called me to ministry and I gave Him my yes. And sometimes we don't even know what we're giving to Him. We don't even know what we're saying yes to in the midst of our mess. What are we saying yes to? We're just so excited that He called our names, but what are we saying yes to, really? And I had that moment today where I sat in that bed and I was like, God, you've called me to ministry. You told me that you needed me for this. I was the one that you chose to do this. But God, how can I encourage people when I don't even have the answers for my own stuff, my own life, my own situations? Even in the midst of what I have going on, anyone that's in ministry, if He called us to it, we still have to get up and do it. We still have to get up and go. And sometimes that is the hardest thing, because you don't want to be a certain way on camera and then click off and feel like a hypocrite because you're not applying those things to your life. Or you can feel encouraged for that 45 minutes to an hour, and then you click that camera off and you're like, okay, God, now what? Or how I'm going to pay my bills? How I'm going to feed my children? These are things that we ask. What's going to happen tomorrow? And we don't have the answers because it's not our plan. According to Jeremiah 29:11, it's God's plans, His thoughts towards us. He knows our beginning and our end, and the middle. And sometimes when you're going through it back to back to back, you ask that question of, God, can I just have a preview of what's going to take place? And then you start questioning yourself if you're supposed to even be sitting up here doing this. And your Father instantly says yes. He says, yes, daughter, yes, son, because what you're going through is going to help someone else and it's going to encourage them. Yeah, I know it's hard. Yeah, I know it can seem frustrating and make you feel like you're spinning your wheels and want to give up. I do understand. But He wants us to continue to go. Is it hard? Yes. I'm sitting right here talking to you about it. Some days for me are not easy. Some days I don't feel encouraged. I don't feel encouraged enough to encourage someone else. But knowing that God called me to this and knows that it's something that He's about to break in me that's going to be able to help someone else through this ministry, that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me pressing. Just for me to even get on here tonight, y'all, I just had to talk to y'all. I had to be real with y'all. Outside of, I got a teaching for y'all, I got a word for y'all, I just want to be real with y'all tonight. I just want to let y'all know that even in the midst of our mess, we can make it. Some days I'm like, God, is sipping tea what I'm supposed to be doing? Who am I helping? Who am I encouraging? Who am I helping break things when sometimes I feel broken? Sometimes I'm not feeling encouraged. But He always reminds me, it doesn't matter who doesn't see me, who doesn't see what I'm doing. He acknowledges, He sees it, no matter what. So we have to, excuse me, y'all, that's my dog. We have to keep pushing. We have to keep pressing. No matter what takes place, we have to stay encouraged. Keep pressing and keep going. No matter what. If it don't feel right, keep going. You go to God and he tell you to keep going, keep going. It's the enemy's plan to destroy us, y'all. To attack our mind. But we have to show that sucker that we can keep pressing. And some days I wonder when I get on here and I'm like, am I going to be able to do this tonight? Am I going to be able to really encourage somebody when I click off this camera? I got my own stuff going on. Trying to figure it out. Trying to figure out what's next. But it's not for me to figure it out. It's for me to continue to stay obedient and keep pressing in what he called me to do. I don't care if I'm on here talking to myself every other Friday. It's healing me. It's encouraging me. It's helping me. And God had to remind me when I was like, God, you called me to this, but I feel like I'm talking to myself some days. And, some days I don't know. And he always reminds me, daughter, you don't need a big crowd. It don't matter what you think you need. I know what you need. And he's like, I'm going to send the ones to you that need it. Stop going and look for them. Let him sing them. Because that's where we make a mistake. We call on demons that we ain't even got no parts of. We don't need no parts of. And he always remind me, daughter, if you get just one, job well done. And every time I get on this mic, I get at least 1 or 2 comments on this page through this ministry that keeps me going. Makes me understand that this is why he has me doing it. My story is going to help someone else be able to tell their story. Because I got a story to tell. It's going to be through my teachings, through me having my transparent moments like this. Y'all may see me sometimes pop up on this camera out of schedule just to talk to y'all. And I don't mind that. This right here just has me feeling a little better. So I'm going to keep pressing because sipping tea is what's going to keep me going. God called me to sipping tea for a reason. Never in my life would I thought I would have been doing ministry. But he knew. I loved God always. But I would have never in my wildest dreams think that I would be here. And I'm going to keep pressing. I'm going to keep pushing. Because somebody needs sipping tea. Somebody needs this ministry. Somebody needs it. And I'm going to keep pressing. Because I don't care if it's one. Even in the midst of my mess, he gets me up every day to do something pertaining to this ministry. He does something to let me know that, daughter, they're waiting on you. They're waiting on your story. No, I'm not your regular pastor, prophet sitting up here. He put a different type of ministry in me. I'm raw, I'm authentic, I'm bold, uncut, but still doing it for him. Reaching his people in a different way. And I'm going to continue to give him my yes. And I know that this ministry, my story, which is still being told, is going to be able to help others. So I came on here to encourage someone, to let them know that no matter what you have going on, no matter what things seem like, look like, feel like, it's going to be all right. Because we still got work to do either way it goes. Either way it goes, God is still going to call us. He chose us. So we have to do it willingly, because we don't want our Father to come to us unwillingly. God don't care about none of that stuff that I have going on, because He knows the plans that He has for my life. He already has everything taken care of. He just wants me in the midst of it to keep my faith, crazy faith. Give me strength every day to keep going and to keep trusting Him and believing that everything is going to be all right. So I'm going to keep getting on this platform. I may get on a little bit more. He shifted sipping tea once again. I'm on YouTube and I'm on podcast platforms. You guys can go on Clubhouse now, because Clubhouse is where I'm going to be doing some live teachings when he gives me the green light. And you guys can find me on Clubhouse by searching at Sippin' Tea Men. That's at SIPPINTEAMIN for Sippin' Tea Ministries. Because he's going to have me going live on there as well. He put that in my spirit not too long ago, so I set up the account. Y'all can go over there and follow and get ready for what he's getting ready to do. He's shifting things and he's showing me that he needs me. And I'm ready, and I'm going to continue to rock with y'all. Y'all pray for my strength. I pray that y'all continue to rock with me, and pray that I continue to be obedient and do the things that God's called me to do. And I will pray the same for you. Stay encouraged. No matter what's going on, God loves you. He sees all, and He got you. Now, this is some tea from God. I love y'all, and I see y'all whenever I pop back in here, because it's going to seem random outside of my teachings. I love y'all. God bless.